Welcome to LaughNapkin. Today I have 3 short stories for episode 19 of r/EntitledParents. So hit that thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Entitled Mom thinks son should be able to skip the line at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. This happened yesterday. We're on spring break in Florida and we spent a day at Universal. Of course, the main attractions are the Harry Potter themed sections, which were super packed. Anyways, we did the whole wand thing for our sons and went to seek out the places you could use them to cast spells. These weren't hard to find yesterday because each one had a line of about 7 to 10 wand holders waiting their turn. We were at the one in Diagon Alley, where rain will start to fall from a suspended umbrella, and my sons were next in line when walks up this kid in full Gryffindor robes. He cuts off my 8-year-old when it was about to be his turn after waiting 10 minutes for it to be, and starts trying to cast a spell. My son said, there's a line, and I was next. The kid, probably around 12 to 13, glared at my son and says, I just want to try it. Which then prompted my older son 11 to say, well, so do we. That's why we waited. Gryffindor stomps over to his mom, standing nearby and I'm within an earshot, and says, those boys won't let me have a turn. I want to try it. Entitled Mom then stomps over to my 8-year-old casting the spell, grabs his $52 wand and says, you've had your turn. It's his now. Meanwhile, there are 9 other kids behind mine in line. My kid welled up with tears and was about to lose it when the assigned witch working there finally noticed what was going on and intervened. She pointed to the line, said that they needed to wait as wizards were orderly when it came to spellcasting, and asked her to step away and give my son his wand back. She rolled her eyes, left out an audible and stormed off with her kid. The working witch followed up by shouting, oh, and you may need to stop by the Quidditch shop and get new robes. He is definitely a Slytherin. Entitled Mom determined to get my Switch for her kid. I've been reading subs like this for a while now, and honestly, I couldn't believe this stuff actually happened until the other day. My neighbors are a middle-aged couple and their son is around 7 or 8 years old, I think. They've been decent enough neighbors. We mostly keep to ourselves and they do the same. Make small talk when we bump into each other, that's about it. Well, sometime last week, the woman entitled Mom came knocking, asking if she could use our phone to call her husband, as her cell phone is being repaired. I invited her in and let her use our landline. Yes, we still have one. While she made the call, she kept looking around the room until she saw our TV, with a couple of game consoles hooked up to it. She finishes the call and thanks me before leaving. Well, the next day, I'm out walking my dog, and she's out on one of her daily walks around the apartment complex. She stops when she gets to me. Entitled Mom, I saw you had one of those Nintendo Switch things. Yeah, I got it a few months ago. My son wants one for his birthday in a couple weeks. I was hoping you'd let us borrow it so we could try one out before we buy. I'm sorry, I'm really not comfortable with lending out my things. Plus, my wife and I still play it regularly. Oh, come on. It would just be for a few days. It would make my son so happy he'd be able to play one. No, sorry. She just rolls her eyes at me and walks out. I think it's a bit shitty of her, but whatever. I finish walking my dog and go back inside. Well, I get called into work on Saturday for an emergency. I pass Entitled Mom on the way to my car and she smiles and waves. I wave back before leaving. When I get home, my wife tells me that Entitled Mom had been by to get the Switch. Entitled Mom, your husband and I were talking the other day about that Switch you guys have. My son wants one for his birthday, and he said that I can borrow it until then for my son to try out before we buy one. Wife, while laughing, no he didn't. My son told me all about your conversation. He told you no, and you know that. Entitled Mom, this is such bullshit. You're grown adults. Why are you hoarding a video game away from my child who can enjoy it more? You have so many games. She was pointing to my wife's PlayStation 4 and my old 360. You can easily afford to let my son play that stupid thing for a bit. Wife. The answer is no. Entitled mom was going to reply, but my wife just shut the door and locked it on her. She could be heard stomping all the way back to her apartment. Well, I ran into Entitled mom for the first time since then, and she just quickly walked past me and muttered, "Effing a-hole," under her breath as she walked away. My daughter deserves your priority seating because she's tired. Alright, to kick this off, I'm physically disabled due to a congenital defect in my L5 vertebrae. Basically, I have to live my life with a permanently broken vertebrae. I have to walk everywhere with a cane, and too much time on my feet progressively causes greater and greater levels of pain until I sit and rest. This happened yesterday. I got on the train from the main city I live in, and it was absolutely packed. I spotted a priority seat designated for those who are disabled, pregnant, etc., and sat down. Everything went well for a couple of stops until the entitled mother walks in with her young entitled daughter, looked about 5. Cue the entitlement. Standard EK entitled kid, EM entitled mom, and me, NP nice passenger. Entitled kid. Mummy, I'm tired, can we sit? Entitled mom. Of course, dear. Entitled mom looks around and sees no seats available. She looks at me with a death glare. Entitled mom. You should stand and let my daughter sit down. Me, showing her my cane. I'm disabled and I need to sit. You're not disabled, you're just fat. To her credit, I do have a lot of extra weight. Me. No, I have a problem with my back. Entitled kid stamps her feet. I'm tired, mummy. Nice passenger. Lady, chill. He limped when he walked on and obviously needs it. Entitled mom. No, you're just faking it. At this point, she makes a grab at my cane. It was my grandfather's and I'm extremely protective of it. I yank my cane away and hold it close to my body. Me. What the hell are you doing? Piss off. No, give it to me. I'm confiscating it. Nice passenger. What the hell, woman? Leave him alone. At this point, the train driver, having seen what was going on through the cameras, comes onto the sound system and tells her to either get off or move to a different carriage. Entitled mom starts swearing and moves down to a different carriage, dragging her spawn behind her. Nice passenger and I chat for a while until he gets off. I get off the train at my stop, and who do I see? Entitled mom and entitled kid getting off at the same station. Fortunately, she settles on glaring at me on the way past and doesn't say a word. I caught my bus and made my way home.
Well, that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and bell. By the way, I just started a Discord server for anyone looking to be part of the LaughNapkin community. Link in the description below. See you next time.